If you could spend a moment with some remarkable people and discover what their life sounds like, what would you ask? Welcome to Are We On Air? An audio encounter. I'm Armand Nafei, and each episode will feature one conversation with an inspiring friend of mine who will share with us the soundtrack to their life. Bonjour, beautiful people, and welcome to the last episode of Season 4. But do not worry, it's only a little summer break as I am recording Season 5. And of course, I'll keep you up to date on a weekly or bi-monthly episode of my voice notes. Now, we're ending this season with a banger. This week's guest is none other than the French touch legends themselves, Alan Braxe and DJ Falcon, collectively known as Braxe and Falcon. We met at the Chateau Marmont in Los Angeles a good year ago when the guys were in town for their US tour to talk about their long and impressive career. Although they are French touch legends in their own right, Alan Braxe and DJ Falcon never produced together up until last year, when they released their slow hypnotic banger Step by Step. Nevertheless, you've known their music for years, as DJ Falcon and Alan Braxe have produced plenty of music that you know and love. Does Stardust Music Sounds Better With You ring a bell? Well, that's Alan Braxe and Daft Punk's Thomas Bang Alter. Or does Together's So Much Love to Give, a production of DJ Falcon alongside, you guessed it, Thomas Bang Alter. These guys are legends in their own right, and what a pleasure to have them on this show. We talked about how they found the Steve Winwood sample for the infamous track Call On Me, and what it's like to collaborate with Daft Punk's Thomas Bang Alter. But we also touched on their shared love of indie music and playing 90s cheesy Italian music, all the way to some funny stories about gigs in New York and Japan. As always, you can keep up to date with the programming of our Kioskothek at Are We On Air and listen and hopefully watch some of these interviews on our YouTube and Spotify channels. A big thank you to all our fantastic guests of Season 4 and our fabulous and beautiful listeners, and of course our wonderful collaborators. I got so much love to give, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bon, bienvenue à Are We On Air? Alan Braxe and DJ Falcon, welcome.
Bonjour. Merci de nous recevoir. Thanks for having us. My neue Freund.
Neue Freunde, what an honor to have you guys on the show.
Thanks.
I'm a huge fan since I started playing at the age of 15. And one of my first records was Palladium. That one of the first vinyl I was practicing on how to mix was Palladium.
Okay.
2002.
Exactly, somewhere around then. So your name I've seen spinning for many hours over and over again, so that ingrained. So I'm very happy that we finally made it, because I think during Fête de la Musique, I was trying to get you guys to come play at our kiosk at Parigi, but hopefully we can do it next year. But now we're here in Los Angeles after your last night show here at the El Rey in LA, correct? Which was the last show of your US tour. Et voila, and here we are. And I'm very happy to have you on the show. So how was the tour so far, or the whole tour?
It was good. We started last week in New York, then San Francisco on Friday and LA yesterday. And good surprise, very good shows and nice people in the clubs. It was good fun.
Yeah, and maybe a post-COVID tour. First time in the US after. It was a bit special for me. I mean, I could feel the people were really into it, especially in LA. It was kind of a special gig. So we're really thankful. Like, we had some really, really good moments, really good energy on the club, and it was really a pleasure. We feel like exhausted. I'm sick already.
Don't die on me during the interview.
No. Maybe in 30 minutes I
pass out.
Yeah, pass out.
But it was kind of like a welcome back tour from the two of you, right? The last time you were here was in 2007, you were just mentioning.
No, it was 2014 for me. Stefan, I don't know.
You maybe saying the last time we were playing together.
Yeah,
it was 2000.
2007. That's the last time we played together. Yeah.
But me last time it was 2016 or 17. Yeah.
Well, welcome back, and also I guess touring with a new EP, and you're producing together again. So how did that all come together? Tell me all about it.
Actually, it's the first time that we are producing together.
At all, ever? Wow, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are in the same area, musically speaking, but we also are cousins, direct cousins. And this is the first time that we are working together. I mean, we released this EP step by step in May or April. And yeah, first collaboration. And we've been touring in Europe since June, quite a lot.
We did a lot of party together for Alain's label, Vulture. So we were kind of used to see each other touring together. So I was really into the Vulture party. But yeah, people keep asking us the same question. Why it took you so long to get in the studio? And I mean, we knew at some point we're going to do something together. It was just maybe the timing and everything. We first started going in the studio, I think, in 2013 or 14. We spent 1 month or 2 months working on some demo. We got surprised at the time how it turned out. We find out that we're not doing club music at all. I guess we were just curious, just to spend time together and see where
the journey takes you.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe it took us a little bit of time to finalize. Good for us. We had Peter from Domino really supporting us and made the whole thing come together. But yeah, it's been like 25 years that we're into music, and just that moment that we click.
And I have to say, listen to Step, even today, this afternoon, sunny afternoon in Los Angeles, lying by the pool and listen to Step by Step, I thought it was the perfect soundtrack. And it's interesting to see how you guys, with this like club and electronic background, create this kind of new sound for you guys, which is super interesting.
What is funny is, in fact, Step by Step is not so different from club music. No. It's the same structure. It's just that the tempo is half of the usual tempo. So the drums make you feel like a slow song, but musically speaking, it could be dance music.
I loved it. I was just zoning out. I was on repeat. So really congrats on the new EP and the new comeback or togetherness for the first time. I don't know how you would call it. But we're here to kind of explore the soundtrack of your life, right? That's the whole concept of Are We On Air. And why don't we start at the beginning? What was the earliest significant musical memory that shaped you guys as an artist?
The most significant musical memory, I don't know exactly, but an R&B artist I really liked when I was a teenager, Alexander O'Neill. Yeah, and maybe some punk music from my older brother and classical music from my dad. So a mix of all of this when I was a teenager, like 13 years old. Yep.
What track shall we play?
Alexander O'Neill, Fate. Classical music, the suite for cello, number 1 from Bach. Punk music, not exactly punk, so new wave, let's say any song from Wire, the band Wire.
Beautiful.
So it's funny because it's about exactly the same. As a skateboarder, when I was a kid, we used to listen a lot of rock, like indie bands like Dinosaur Jr., Smashing Pumpkins. So bands like this. On the other side, I had my two big sisters. They were really into Prince, Stevie Wonder, hip-hop, Tony Locke, LL Cool J, those kind of stuff. And same, my dad, more into classical. It's funny, at my dad's place, I remember there was only 3 vinyl. I was not that into music. But there was a band called Scritti Politti, American band, and it's kind of 80s funk, white guys, but they were accepted by all those American bands. There was a vinyl from Supertramp and La Toccata.
You say you're so tired, you're never satisfied. I can't seem to make you understand. I see your point of view. Life's been too good to you. Just stand up, face things like a man. You better get your act together.
So, but it's funny to think we all have all the same influence. A mix of rock, black music, hip-hop, funk, and more maybe classical.
It's amazing because we were just talking about like the early days of the French touch community in Paris, and it's exactly what you're saying. We were just talking about our friend Pedro, how you guys were skateboarding at the age 12. Yeah. That's exactly that. I can see that in the musical references you just been. It's so broad, which obviously is a reflection of your sound today as well.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Like as a kid, we were reading a Thrasher magazine with Pedro, and there was all like metal, indie band, and hip hop. It was that mix. And at the time with Pedro, we discovered rave party, electronic music. So I guess it's a mix of all. I mean, Pedro is a good example because he kept using those influence on his label, and even graphically, you can recognize all those influences. Yeah, that's something that we have all in common. And this band that keeps coming back is Dinosaur Jr. Like Pedro love it, I love it. I know Thomas and Gima really like it. Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm gonna re-listen to Dinosaur Jr. for sure now.
I feel the pain of everyone. Then I feel nothing. I feel the pain of everyone. Then I feel nothing.
I know it's very difficult, And usually I would ask my guests, like, how would you describe yourself in 3 records? But to make it even more complicated, because you do, how would you describe yourself with 1 record? And how would you describe your newfound sound of the 2 of you together with another record?
Personally, I would be Joy Division, She's Lost Control, a version recorded for the BBC, like in the 80s. Not the version on the album.
The album.
This live version for the BBC. This is me.
Why the live version in comparison to the studio?
It's much more direct. It sounds like a demo. It's pure energy without any artifacts or too much effects or whatever. It's just straight to the point.
I love that you knew exactly what he was saying. So really, that recording must have had.
It's like you prepared that thing and I'm not aware. So now I'm in trouble. Thank you, guys. So me, there's one song that comes to mind. It's called From Disco to Disco.
Whirlpool Productions.
Whirlpool. Yeah. So that was the first vinyl that I bought when I started DJing.
Really? Oh, Eric D. Clark.
And I'm gonna use this as a reference because the way it was recorded at the end, it's like this one take from the studio with
Live.
one mic.
Yeah.
The guy, they were just laughing at the end. They don't give a shit. It's pure raw, and I don't know. I love this the vibe, the idea. At some point, I wanted to do the same, like a label. When you just make recording like one take after a party, like you could name a label like Champagne or something like this. And just record, being drunk after the party, one take. But I love the sincerity, the vibe of the song. I think it's beautiful. I love it. So it's my choice at the moment because I've been trapped by you and I had to pick up one song.
Listen, it's indefinite, right? The music, the soundtrack of our lives changes as our lives go. And the new sound of you guys together, what reference track would you use? Would describe what you guys are after?
So a song by another artist.
It's cocktail time, huh?
Maybe a song from Prince. I don't know.
Yeah, Prince is a good choice.
When Doves Cry, or I don't know.
Purple Rain?
Not for me.
The trouble is starting, bro. Created a split.
But yeah, maybe a song from Prince for sure.
Yeah.
I think it would work.
That sounds good to me. Which song?
How do you pronounce Raspberry? Beret?
Okay, good. Let's do this.
You have to agree, so.
She wore a raspberry beret, the kind you find in a second-hand store. Raspberry beret. If it was warm, she wouldn't wear much more. Raspberry beret. I think I love her. Built like she was, she had the nerve to ask me if I planned to do it anyhow.
You both are friends and work with Thomas Bangalter, obviously with Daft Punk's retirement, and I highly doubt that he will ever come back DJing. But can we maybe expect a production cameo at some point with you guys?
Thomas is right now exploring other. He just made the soundtrack for an opera, so he's kind of exploring new territory. It's not. Once you know about Thomas, you know that it's not going back to what it's already done. He wants to keep on exploring, which I totally respect that and admire him so much for this. But you never know with Thomas. So there's nothing planned at the moment, to be honest. But why not? You never know. I mean, we both admire so much Thomas that it's cool.
Inshallah.
Yeah. Love it.
I don't know if you saw that documentary. Well, it's a documentary, a YouTube video that came out.
Call on me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Everybody
really?
sent me messages
really?
about this, and I thought it was cool. I enjoyed watching that thing. It's pretty well documented. I mean, there's a few story here on top. He could, if the guy did contact me, he could have a good part 2, I think. It's well documented. It's fun to watch, and it's telling a lot about some of the guys were just waiting to know the new flavor and just somehow copy and I guess it's happened everywhere, fashion and art.
Did it bother you when Eric Prydz took it, stole it, released it, whatever, and became such a big hit that you guys didn't do it in the end?
No. It's really like people. It's, to be honest, it was looking back. It's really weird. Like people were approaching us or me personally, and somehow they felt bad about this because it turned number 1, but we didn't really give a shit about this. Like he made his stuff. To be honest, at the end of the day, we felt bad being connected with such a cheesy video clip. They turn it into something really cheesy, which is not the first intention that we had. From what I heard, I don't think it's Eric Prydz. It might be a little bit the label pushing a little bit, which is fair. I mean, they're doing, let's be honest, they're making business. So, but they were a bit too pushy, I think, at the time. But no, at the end, it's just a funny story. And we're not making music to be number 1 or to get. No, it's not the idea. It's really weird to see other people's reaction to the story. And they truly believe that we got so sad. And we really didn't give it. We didn't really pay attention to this. It was just one more funny story on the book, and that's it. Move on,
Yeah, I love it. How do you come up with that idea, though, to flip that Steve Winwood sample?
The funny story, I found the sample. I remember we were on the trip with Pedro, driving from Las Vegas to LA or maybe San Diego to Las Vegas, because at the time we did a fake seminar with Roulet Record. Like Thomas got with Alain.
It was not a fake seminar.
Yeah, but the idea, because of the success with Stardust, they invite everybody at Las Vegas. So we turned to be like 20 friends and people just enjoying Las Vegas. And at some point, they rent a room.
It wasn't fake then. I think it was real.
No, but it was kind of an excuse to be all together. But we had this moment when it turned out that we've been in the room, like one by one, and everybody made a speech. It was really cute because everybody was thankful to Thomas and Guy Manuel for being here, and I could feel a lot of emotion, in the room. So it was really cute moment. And so on the way back, I was driving with Pedro, and there was this music playing on the radio, and I went, "Oh, that's a sample. That's a cool sample. Let's do this." It was on the way. We were going back to LA, joined Thomas and Guy Manuel. And this is how I introduced the idea to Thomas at the time. And so we made it a few weeks after in Paris, because at the time we were touring with the band together. We did a tour with Cassius, so there was this live performance involved, and we used a lot of sample and demo for this. Yeah.
I wish I would have been there. But I don't know, you both influenced me a lot. I mean, literally picking up the records at a very young age, and the music, of course. Another act, of course, Stardust. You gotta tell me everything about Stardust, and why did you guys continue riding that wave of success with the first single? Or the only one, I guess.
We released Stardust. It went really well. And then we spent some time in a small studio during the summer, 98. We did some demos, a few demos. But at one point we realized, it was also interesting just to keep it as a one-off. Like in the disco history music, there is a lot of one-off like that. And it would give it more value, in fact, and more magic to just release this and forget about it. In fact, it's the case. The track is still a lot.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So retrospectively, it was a good choice. No regrets at all.
It's interesting because it was also the same when we did the Together and So Much Love to Give. The Call on Me came after, and we decided also not to release it because there was Together and So Much Love to Give, and we don't want kind of repeat ourselves and you found a formula and you have to repeat. So I totally understand, and it was the same with Thomas. Sometimes it's just good to leave it that way. This is where it could, looking back, it's a bit magic, a bit more special in a way.
Creates mystique and longevity, right? That's what kind of comes out of it as well eventually. Hence we're here still talking about it 20 plus years, and it's funny how this young and new generation keeps rediscovering it, and it's still relevant to them.
But it's quite the same with all the Roulet catalog. How many references on Roulet? Maybe
10 tracks, maybe
10, 15.
Yeah.
So it's not available apart Stardust now, but none of the Roulet catalog is available, and it gives it much more value.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of knows the track, but you don't know where to find it. It's just on YouTube. There's a kind of mystic around it. So it's quite interesting.
I think I still have that first edition. I hope I do now.
Mm-hmm.
It's also kind of cool when some guy I go for record digging and find one, and they got excited. They send us a message. It's like treasure hunting. It's cute. I like it.
Like
I like the
Armand
idea.
with this.
Yeah. With the Roulet detector in Miami Beach.
I like that. The new name for a label, Roulet Detector. From all that, I know it's very difficult because you played so many gigs all over the years. But was there one that really stuck with you? that will always stay with you?
I have one specific gig that I remember. It was for the MoMA PS1 warm-up. It was really cool. I was just there for one night in New York, and 2 nights. I arrived the day before. I had a beautiful Saturday walking in New York, and then it was a close-up of the season. I had the last slot from, 7 to 9. So I started at daylight and ended up during night time. The crowd was amazing and everything was just super smooth and super nice.
What year was that?
2014, my last stay in New York. Yep.
So I'm going to go with a terrible story. It was maybe 10 to 15 years ago. Because I'm so in love with Japan, I asked my agent, please get me a gig in a weird town and blah, blah, blah. And so I found myself in Nagano on a Sunday afternoon, having a gig, which is super weird, on one of the smallest clubs ever. There was something like 40, 50 people, but it was packed. So, and then right before, they invite me to a restaurant, and as I'm really curious, I taste some of the weirdest stuff ever, and I turn really sick at my gig. But like instantly. Like I arrived 10 minutes after starting, I was all white and had to I had to run in twice in the bathroom during my gig. So at the time I was playing with vinyl. So I have to find like a 6-7 minute vinyl.
No loops, nothing.
So can you imagine you have like 40 people. Nobody was dancing. They were just staring at you. Nobody were moving. I was sweating and I have to run. Sorry. I think 2 or 3 times during my set. I think it was the worst experience I had. Like a nightmare experience. But so
Pure nightmare.
yeah.
So it's like a Japanese listening bar, basically, where they're literally just listening to you putting a record on.
Yeah. And of course the Japanese, they're so polite and they pretend nothing happened, but the whole room it was so intimate, and
Can you smell it?
I don't know, but it's just. So next question, please.
What were you playing? Do you remember a track?
I remember that I played this track that I love. I love it so much. The Pepe Braddock is called Life. I know because it's an 8-minute track. So I was like, maybe I played this track twice. But it's one of my favorite. Yeah. Sometimes it's funny when some track connect to some time. So obviously it's a weird
connection. Have you ever told Pepe?
For a beautiful track.
Do you remember a track that you were playing at PS1?
Most of the time, I don't remember what I played during a set. So, no.
Do you prepare like something for a gig, let's say PS1, where like I want to have the flame? See what happens.
Yeah, just see what happens for any gig. So I have a selection of tracks, maybe 200 tracks. And I update it like monthly, or I add or change 5 to 10 tracks, and that's it. But it's not prepared in advance at all.
So it's like a lot of timeless classics and new stuff that just came out. You discovered. That's pretty much what I do. If and when you still go out, do you have a track that gets you going to get you into the mood? Or if you have a gig, can you at home, okay, I'm playing in 3 hours, let's get going, just to get into the mood? Is it like a go-to track that you guys play at home?
Well, I'm so stressed before going to a gig that I lay on my bed and I just breathe in silence. So I just try to get quiet as much as I can. This is my motivation process.
I love that.
So I'm not listening to music, no, not at all.
Yeah, same for me. Also, maybe I don't know. Somehow I get more excited. I want to play music, so but no, there's no track in particular that. Or sometimes maybe a silly track just to get in a good
Yeah.
mood. You know, that those guilty pleasure that we all have.
Give me the guilty pleasure.
You know, like I used to play for fun a lot of 90s Italian cheesy
Love it.
commercial disco music.
Which track? You don't know.
Oh, like all those Nightcrawler or those type of
Yeah.
Mr. Vane, all those cheesy music. I was just, but I used to collect. I used to collect those versions and have I have the German one. I like to move it.
Yeah.
I have the German one, the Russian one.
Are you discovering new things here?
Yeah.
I understand better now.
Yeah. It's just funny stuff, funny music. When you're doing private party with friends, I think
of course.
you're playing those kind of
of
tracks.
course. Just for fun.
I did a weird experience. I tried to mix comedy sketch with techno. So you just wait that the guy make the joke and you put the bass again. I did this, it was just really weird.
I want to hear that. Is there recording?
Yeah, no.
I have to.
But
Maybe next Saturday at our party.
Yeah. It doesn't work. I mean, it's work just with friends. It's really weird. But yeah.
What's your go-to falling in love or heartbreak song?
Me, I have a song from Sigur Rós. I think it's called Untitled Tree. It's just a repetitive loop, but really start like really slow and it keep on building like a 7-8 minute track, and the intensity at the end, that's something. So yeah, we choose this track. Yeah. What was it? I think it was a German guy saying, "Oh, I'm too sexy for myself."
Fred. Was it?
Yeah.
It's the right side Fred.
Yeah.
But they were English, I
I
think.
think it's a good choice.
That's your comedy /
Oh,
techno.
I'm too sexy for myself. That was a big hit, huh?
That's your sexiest song.
So
Well,
it's
let's go
not,
for it.
it's not that sexy, but that's the first one come to mind. I don't know why.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan. Too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan. And I'm too sexy for your party. Too sexy for your party. No way I'm disco dancing. I'm a model, you know what I mean. And I do my little turn on the catwalk.
Well, to wrap up our little chat, if your life would be a movie, what song would play in the end credits?
The funeral of Queen Mary, not funky at all. Don't
No.
listen to it before a party. It's beautiful.
So your heart just sings, basically.
Yeah, it's good experience.
Parfait. Et vous, Monsieur Falcon?
Mr. Vane.
Nice.
Mr. Vane. Mr. Vane.
That's a nasty tone in the vocal. I mean,
Yeah, okay. Maybe it could be one because that'd be surprising. Huh? So you be watching the film and the movie, and you be laughing at the end. Right?
That's a great ending,
Yeah,
right?
so it's a great ending. Okay, let's go with this one.
no, because we said it already, so another track.
I like the stroke a lot. Maybe this is it from the stroke. Yeah, this is it.
Parfait. This is it.
This is it.
On that note, thanks for being on air with us. It was a real pleasure.
Thanks. Merci.
So I guess we see you in Paris
À
next
Paris.
week. Oh la la. Oh la la.
Can't you see I'm trying? I don't even like it. I just like to get to your apartment. Now I'm staying there just for a while. I can't think 'cause I'm just way too tired. Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Said they'd give you anything you ever wanted. When they lied, I knew it was just stable children trying hard not to realize I was sitting right behind. Oh dear, can't you see? It's them, it's not me. We're not enemies, we just disagree. If I was like him, all this in this bar, he changes his mind, says I went too far. We all disagree, I think we should disagree, yeah. Is this it? Is this it? Is this it?
Thank you for tuning in this week. If you want to listen to the full playlist, visit areonair.com or our Spotify channel. You can also find us on Instagram and on YouTube at areonair. And a big thank you to my wonderful team at Studio Neu. I'm Armand Lafay, and I'll speak to you soon.